this is Eliana. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, guys. It has been an absolutely oh, here we go. We're reconnecting. I think we were disconnecting from the Wi-Fi at the house, but we are going to go over to the flip house, only a few minutes from where we are. So we're going to head over there and hang out and show you guys what the flip house looks like. Eliana came running towards me when she heard that. Okay, you can come see the house. So we're just going to put you guys right here, rest you up. So here, let's see if we have a little nugget in the shot. No, we can't. And the next door neighbors have it. But a few months ago, we were in a position where we were doing a 1031 exchange. We had just sold a piece of property. In selling the piece of property that we sold, in doing the 1031, we said, yeah, this is just best use of capital. Quite frankly, we didn't want the massive income that we were going to make off of the last one that we sold. So we were able to buy this one and then fund doing it, because we actually bought multiple properties. So with a 1031, one thing that most people don't know is that in a 1031, sorry, yeah, we just had to get off the, we had to get further away from our Wi-Fi. Let me know if we're all good now. You guys can just give me a thumbs up if we're all good now. But in doing this, one thing that a lot of people don't know about a 1031, awesome, cool. Thank you, Booger Fire Boy. Isn't that a cool name? So one of the things that you can do with a 1031 is it doesn't have to be a one-to-one. So as an example, if you are selling a house, and in this particular case, I think we sold something for, I want to say it was like $365,000. So when we sold this house for $365,000, what we looked at was, all right, what can we find out there for more than $360,000? We couldn't find anything for $360,000. And everything was significantly more expensive. And you can do that, but then you obviously might have to add cash into the deal, etc., depending on what position you're in on your previous house. But on this 1031, what we did was we actually found two properties. We had to, what's called your strike price with your 1031. You have to hit your strike price with your 1031, which is the sales price of the 1031 property, the subject property. That's what's called the subject property. So in that particular case, it was a $360,000 sale. We had to hit our strike price on that 1031. When we hit our strike price on that 1031, that meant we needed to spend $360,000. So we look for a bunch of properties. There really wasn't a whole lot out there. Then we actually find a couple fixer-uppers. And we're like, don't really want to do a fixer-upper right now. What the heck? I'd rather do a fixer-upper than, pay a big, huge check in taxes. So that was a hard no. So what we did was we actually bought multiple properties. This one came first, though, because we knew we wanted to do this one just because there wasn't a whole lot out there. We're like, let's get it under contract. Let's just do it, and we'll figure out the rest afterwards. And when I say figure out the rest, it meant that if your 1031 exchange fails, i.e. you buy one property but don't buy a second, you don't hit your strike price, well, then you have all this liability, or tax liability, if you will. So where we are now is this particular property, we bought it for $153,000. When I had done the ARVs on this property, and that's the average resale value, and that's after repairs. And some people say it's after repair value. Either way, don't really care. What the point is that you have to figure out what you're going to be able to sell the thing for. We looked at potentially renting it and said, depending on what the rents are, depending on what the rates are, we thought, hey, if rates go way down and we can get, something in the fours, then this property will make $600-700 a month as a rental property. That's a pretty good deal. We looked at that and go, yeah, that might be worth doing. However, rates have not come down really anything memorable, or really, they really haven't moved a whole lot. They're really still pretty tight. So we look at it and we're like, based on what this thing is going to be worth, I thought it would be worth about $325,000 conservatively. And I said, we might be able to get $339, but $325 is conservative. I like to be conservative when making these plans because, you never know what's going to actually happen. Didn't know what was going to happen with the economy, have no future crystal ball, so I just have to look at it and say, what likely, what are some of the off-ramps here? Because what you really need is off-ramps in most of these strategies. And an off-ramp is, I can do A, I can do B, I can do C, and all of them make money. It's just a question of how much money do they make. Do they make a little bit, a lot of it, or, are they basically break even, but at least I get an exit? And an exit is I get out of the asset that I'm in, so I can then create capital to then put it in something else. Again, the flipping game, that's why I don't do the flipping game, is because we spend a bunch of money on these things, we make them really nice properties, and then I sell it and make profit. I hate that idea. I much rather, because if I sell it and make profit, I have to find another deal to 1031 into, otherwise I'm liable for the taxes. 1031 doesn't erase your tax, it moves it forward, it kicks it forward to the next deal. So that means that I then have to find another property to 1031 into when I sell a 1031 property, because otherwise I got to pay the taxes on that one. It's tax deferred. So I got to pay it on that one and on the previous one. How's Dad doing so far? Good? I'll take that thumbs up. So, where we stand right now today is the project is done. We put it on the market. It did extremely well. The key to pricing is you want to look at comps and then underprice those comps. You don't have to underprice them by 10% or even 5%. We actually underprice the comps by 1%, 1 to 1.5%. That way we know it's going to appraise, because obviously a comp is a like property, but they can also see people that missed out on those other previous houses. We called those agents and asked, hey, how many offers did you have? Some would say that's a pretty smart move. All of these agents, and this, again, guys, this is why I'm elite at this. This is why I want to help you guys get elite at this, because it really becomes very straightforward, blocking and tackling, to be able to do this over and over and over again. We do these types of projects because we want to create more capital for the business, but also because we want to keep contractors busy during the winter time. So, anywho, so let's get back to the actual 1031. So, originally thought 325. I bought it for 153. Bought it from a wholesaler. Actually through an agent. An agent called me. One of my agents called me and says, hey, and we'd actually never done a deal before. She'd done rentals for me, but she'd never done a deal with me. She goes, hey, I think this is a really good property. She's like, do you want to see it? And I said, yes, I do. So we go and we see it again, go back and forth. We get the thing under contract for $153,000, which is cheap. Median home price here is, mid-fours, just above mid-fours. And this is the perfect entry-level median house. It's absolutely the kind of property that people want to be getting into. 3-bed, 1-bath, and so we'll show you what we did to make ours different, stand out from everybody else's, and quite frankly get a better appraisal than other people, because we knew the things to do. We know the things to do in these properties that actually get the biggest return. So again, recapping the numbers, $153,000. We came up with a budget and said the budget needs to be, we wanted to be at about, we walk the property, because what we want the budget to be versus what the budget actually turns into being are usually two completely different things, and they're completely different things for a reason. The reason they are completely different things is because the market doesn't give two rips what you actually paid for something. It only cares about what the value of it is in the marketplace. This is a major mistake that everybody makes. So we'll actually flip the camera on the place so you guys can see it. But yeah, it came out pretty awesome. Bean, are you ready to go outside? We're going outside. We're going to go in the house. Say hi. You asked to come. So, all right. So we're going to jump out. We're going to take a look at this place so you guys can actually see what this awesome place turned out like. All right. Come on, bud. Are you unbuckled? Awesome. All right, when we get in the house, we're going to take our shoes off, okay? Got me? Awesome. She's not usually this quiet. I might have to video record our entire lives if this is how quiet she's going to be. So, all right, we're going to check out the house. Here it is. See the garage? You guys remember, we actually had a bunch of problems with trees. Oh, you goofball. She stepped right in the puddle like I knew she would. So here's all the siding. So we had some wood siding and stuff like that. We basically repainted the wood siding. We took down this horrible apple tree that was here back in the corner. These are doors that we removed, but we replaced them. So this door was fully replaced. And this door was fully replaced. But here's the outside of the property. So, all right, let's go. Hey, this way, Buggy. So we put in a beautiful new driveway that goes up to this awesome garage. Right? All right, come on, Buggy Boo. So this is the driveway that we put in. Absolutely amazing. You guys remember that we had a bunch of stuff around the wires right here? All of that stuff was removed. So we removed all the tree work. Yeah, come on, Buggy Boo. So we got all that tree work done, took care of all that stuff. That was critically important. And then we're gonna hop inside. So we replaced all the railings and everything, got that all done. I'm just gonna point you this way so you can't see the code to get in the house. There we go. All right, take your shoes off. Okay. Take your shoes off. Take your shoes off.
Wet in here?
Well, no, it's not gonna be wet in here. So here it is, guys. But this is, so we put in all of our baseboard. You guys see the 7 1/4 inch base. We change out all of the outlets, as you guys see. You're funny. So all of this, and then these are actually the floors that were in here. We refinished all of them. So they came out beautifully. Absolutely beautiful. What do you think, Elboo? You like the house? Did Daddy crush it? Yes, Daddy crushed it. So here's the LVP that we put in the kitchen. And then this is now a brand new kitchen. So here's the cabinets that we use. These are the ones that... You want to go potty? If you need to go potty, you can. Okay. These are the cabinets that we use. They're absolutely fantastic. They're all... Yeah, the cabinets. See that? Here, here. Try it. Can you try and throw that closed? Can you push that closed? Nope, don't take the keys. See that? Nice slow close. These are the doors. We use a Craftsman 3 solid core door. So we actually put this brand new. This is where we put washer dryer. We actually created this space up here because previously it was just sitting out in the main kitchen space. So that was a horrible design. But this is exactly how we design everything. Beautiful. All right. Daddy's still recording. So this is the new sink. We use an extra deep sink, but we buy these in bulk. Shh. So here it is. And then this is the bathroom. Do you guys remember that beautiful blue tile that it was? None of it is redone. It is only refinished. So this was all refinished.
Yeah.
And then that's the new vanity and mirror. You can wash your hands, but oh no, too aggressive. Too aggressive. There we go. Thanks, Look Up. Appreciate you guys. Love your helper. Yeah, she's a helper most times, not all the time. Light bulb with the sink looks cool. Yeah, that was an ad. The challenge that we had is we had to hang something from the ceiling because there was no cabinet there because the window was right there. So it didn't give us really any option. These are the countertops that we use. We actually didn't epoxy this one. This one we just poly. But this is what they look like done. Yeah, polyurethane. Shh. The goofball. I tell you. Here is the side exit, and then here's an additional closet. What do you guys think about these are all the Craftsman 3 doors. They're beautiful. They're solid core doors, so they see how nice and solid that sounds. This was actually the original fir flooring that was in this unit. Yeah, this is the original fir. It's called fir flooring. So here's all the windows. I see. Check out this cool cold backyard. But that's the beautiful backyard. But we took two really bad big trees. If you guys remember, you look in the previous videos, we had two big nasty trees right next to this. It was jacking up everything. And so that was a big expense that we had. Daddy's trying to talk so the people can hear. But again, just beautiful light coming in through the whole building. You can, if this were a more expensive flip, we would have ripped out all of these. We would have ripped out all of these and redid them. But you know, we actually said to the. There's nothing in there, honey. Yes. Hey, Eliana. Shh. So we would normally take those things out and we would repaint them, but we didn't do it in this case just because it is a decent sized job. And we actually offered that to them to see if that was something that they wanted us to do. Hey, Richard Bradley. Hi, guys. Hey, Jack Stewart. What's the surprise live? So this surprise live is the flip house. Here is the new bathroom that I added. Hey, Ellie Bean, yes, go upstairs. Have a blast. This is the new bathroom that we added. So we didn't cover that up. They can cover that up. We thought about just putting a box underneath there, but go ahead and tell me you can't add a bathroom. Like this sink, look at how big this sink is compared to my hand. I mean, I got a big hand, but not that big of a hand. So this is the sink. It doesn't have a Polly Pocket doll. But beautiful front door. And then again, here's a Viper 2 toilet. Low flush, 1.6 gallon. Oh no, they put a Kohler in here. Oh, I think we had an extra one. That's why we put it in here. We leave the Vipers for our house. Our houses. But here's the light switch. Here's everything. It should have been a GFCI right there. It's that close to that. I know there's cool rooms up there. But guys, if you want, was the sink a special order? No, here's the best part, Clint. Go to Wayfair. Wayfair always carries some goofy sided stuff. I know there's another bathroom. Do you need to go to the bathroom? Are you sure? Okay. Cute kid. Again, lower ceilings, so we don't have big, huge, intrusive lights coming in. So we put this one in the hallway, but then all of these, this is what's in the, you know, we have these others. Hey, Ellie Boo. Shh. Eliana, shh. There's no place for sheep. I'll make a ton of noise. So there's these. Those are all up in the ceilings, but we also do a dimmer switch.
Which one do you hit?
You just hit this one. Just hit this one. See? Dimmer down. Those switches are about $65 as opposed to a normal three-way switch, which might be like $3 or $5. But pretty cool. Mayfair has interesting stuff. Yeah, sorry, Wayfair. No, not Mayfair. Wayfair. Yeah, Wayfair. Yeah. They're the best place to get kind of some of that goofy stuff. Ellie Boo. Shh. All right. Thanks, Dylan. Appreciate that. So here's the dormer that we added. Yeah. See the dormer? So this basically it followed this roof line right here where it came right down in. So none of this existed. So now this is all. This is the same one whose butt itches. It might be. What you'll see here is this is just, so we had wide plank right here. We just duplicated it here and then we sanded it and polyed it. And then this is one of the bedrooms up here. Yep. This was a problem. We had to replace this window so it would be egress. So we replaced this window. Eliana, shh. Please be quiet. And then this is one of the closet spaces. Ooh, this didn't get touched. All right, we'll have to get somebody in here. I don't know why they didn't mention that. Apparently no one ever opened up that closet door. That's ridiculous. This one better be done. Nope, that one's not done either. We just need paneling up there. Well, they didn't say anything. I can't believe no one said anything about that. That's unbelievable.
This is a powder.
Here's all the floors redone.
Well, this is a floor.
But what was really cool was these floors, actually my son Sam and I went and picked up these floors. What was crazy about it was we did these floors, we picked them up and they were $75 for all of this original flooring. We just installed it and then all we did was sand it down. So redid the roof there. That roof is nice and pretty. Yep, there's the lights. Thanks, Emily, bro. Matt, fantastic. Thanks. This came out super nice. That bedroom window looks, yeah, so much better. Yeah, for sure. Totally agree. Yeah. It appears it's a really nice neighborhood. It is a nice neighborhood. Yeah. I on a scale, like for us, we want to do stuff in decent neighborhoods. This neighborhood is a decent neighborhood. It's not a top tier, but it's also not a crime issue. It's just a house with, it's just a neighborhood with, you know, starter entry level homes. You're gonna shut this off like that. That's how it works. All right, stop doing that. My phone has to keep adjusting every time you shut the lights on and off. But again, this was a big piece. This is something that most people would never do in a flip project. They would never add this. But this is a big add. Now, when we were all said and done, I think we had about $8,000 into this, maybe $7,000 into this. It wasn't a ton of money, you know, because we redid all this roof line. But you see, beautiful paint, beautiful floors. Like this is an amazing starter home for anybody. Absolutely amazing.
Dad.
What, Eliana?
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, this is darkened.
Yeah, well worth it. Yeah, I mean, so we went on market, or so Eliana, sweet Lord, I'm gonna lock you in the car. Be quiet. We went on, so we were 153 purchase. I haven't done the final budget yet because I knew there was an extra $2,000 charge that came in that we had to take care of. But when it was all said and done, I believe we were right around 10% over budget. But the 10% over budget was largely because of the extra bathroom we added. Blows away any starter home I ever had. Yeah, ain't that the truth, right? It's a great little house. It really is. It's a great little house. So you guys know the lesson, right? All the carpet, sorry for my feet, but you know the lesson. That's 8-pound pad underneath. And it's a nice heavy plush carpet on top of that. So that way, yeah, cool. We're anchored in there.
So we have to get our.
Nope, you can put your shoes back on, but Dad's gonna do another couple rounds and just ask some questions, or answer some questions. Did she say something about pumpkins, or that was just you? Look up, did I hear Matt correctly yesterday? He purchased in Las Vegas, Nevada, or surrounding area? I did not purchase in Las Vegas yet, no. Nope, we're still looking. That market's starting to struggle, and that's kind of what we were counting on. You know, I was kind of counting on that market starting to really struggle. It'll struggle. It'll struggle. Nice neighborhood. Do I remember how much those shaker doors are? Yeah. So Frank. So we buy slab. So we'll just buy the slab, and then we'll actually build the casing around it. If that makes sense, we'll just build it out of 1x. So you see, this is all a constructed. This isn't prefab. This is all constructed and Windsor trimmed. So the slabs are about $179, $179 to $199, depending on the size of the slab.
I want a snack.
You want a snack? What else is new? We literally just got in the car. So we have. So 179 to 199 are what the slabs run, and then if you want to buy the entire door, like a split jam door, then that is $329. Hold on one second. My blessed child.
And that's right.
She was like, yeah, Daddy, I'll be quiet when you're on. Yeah, she wasn't quiet at all. Major sports teams don't invest in a city that's dying. Yeah, totally agree. The issue that Vegas will have is that their city isn't dying; it's growing. The problem that they're going to have is the inventory. That's what they're going to. They're having a real slowdown. Yeah, yeah. They're not. Vegas isn't dying by any means. I wouldn't be interested in Vegas if it was. The big issue with Vegas is that they have way too much inventory. Oh, I'll shut that off. I'll shut this off. All right, are you ready to go, little monkey?
Yes.
All right, so we'll take one more walk around the outside so you guys can see this place. So we'll lock it. Yeah, the lock is good. For those of us with older kids, I miss little voices. Yeah, the little voices are awesome. It's just like anything else. They're awesome for a time until you're trying to get something done and you're like, I need like 5 minutes, babe. But yeah, they're great. Let's see. Yeah, so we cleaned this up too. Here, let me flip this around. So we cleaned this up too. Again, new set of stairs. We cleaned up that whole setup over there. Hey, don't walk in their driveway. Don't walk in their driveway. But they cleared up. We had landscaping come in, clear up all this stuff. So nice little work on the side. Okay, Eliana, come here, please. Okay, thank you. So we trimmed back the big rhododendron. But you guys remember we had a bunch of tree issue right here that was right over the electrical wires. We tried to work with the utility to get them to take care of it. They were like, yeah, you're months out. We're like, yeah, we'll just do it ourselves then. So we took care of it ourselves. Would you ever buy rubber mulch? Yeah. Yep, for sure. Yeah, I would. I would. But if you guys remember, there was a big, huge tree there that was collapsing and falling down. It's gone now. We took care of it. We took care of it. We did it. We took care of it.
That's
So,
a big, huge tree.
that is a big, huge tree. That's the big, huge tree that was over the wires. Would you ever let? Yes, I would. Got my eye on Lone Mountain, Nevada. Freeze, Eliana. Do not go in that puddle. If you go in that puddle, I'm giving you a bath in that puddle. See? A little adventurer. So yeah, kids are fun. Yeah, exactly. Eliana. Yeah. I love her. She's the best. I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's pretty much it. Like, there's not a whole lot else. Like, in all honesty, there's a couple things here that I'm not happy about that I'll probably talk to the crew on and just say, hey, like, let's make some little adjustments there. So this, if you guys look closely, we actually cut off the bottom of that trim piece because it had a little bit of rot there. But then you get a bigger piece of something called 5/4. You slide that in there and it looks more like pillory. So it actually looks like a pillar. Yep, pillory.
What is pillory?
What is pillory? I don't know. Makes it look more like a pillar. No. Makes it look more like a pillar. All right, you ready to go back in the car? Yeah, okay, cool. Does water run into your shed? Nope, it doesn't, because that's a great question. So if you actually see, this entire driveway swales this way. So that's actually not a shed, that's an actual car garage. So it actually, hey, what's up, Hyder? Good to see you, pal. Simon says, I know, it's been forever since I've watched you guys seen. I've only been doing my lives. I've not been doing anything else because we bought 3 new deals. Cox family, good to see you. Pillory, a new word? It can be. But yeah. So everything, to answer your question about the swaling, yeah. So that's actually that's a 1-car garage. So the way the driveway is swaled is it comes down and swales off here. So all this edge right here isn't high, it's low. So nothing actually ends up in the garage. It all rolls off to the sides. So if you see here, like, this is the most flat spot there is. But when it runs right off into here. See how that's all crushed stone? So yeah, no issues with nice size lot. Yeah, it's all right. It's about, I think it's 1/8 of an acre. It's small. It's a small lot. because it's not all this. That's the neighbors. The lot line is the trees right there. Eliana, my little adventurer.
Let's go.
So yeah, it's an okay sized lot, not huge.
Daddy, I wanna go.
Oh, trust me, you're going in the car. You are going in the car. Swale is a new one. Yeah, so it's we want to make sure that, so driveway guys will talk about swaling it a certain way, and so it's about basically crafting it where they're still getting to the destination, but it has I think it's 3 degrees to it. But it has 3 degrees, so everything kind of runs off. So then also the left side of the driveway is higher than the right side of the driveway. If you see it right there. So then nothing actually gets carried down there. You can see the water pattern. See the water pattern right like this, and then it comes off right before the door. Now, if we get like a deluge, there's going to be some water in that. Oh, you know, but I've seen it pour and it's been totally fine here. It's just like if we got like 100-year flood, yeah, forget it. But then everybody's in trouble. Yeah, a little young dove, yeah. Yep, a little young dove. She's great. So that is that house. But if you guys stay tuned, we're actually going to go over to the jail as well. I think we're going to end this video and do a separate one for just the jail. Yeah, there's no standing water. Yeah, no. So good question. This one is actually Yukon, and it's a GMC Yukon, and it's a Denali. It is an What else is new, Ellie? I asked if you could buckle. You said yeah. You're killing your dad. Okay, do you need help, or did you get it? Did you get it? No. Okay. That's all right. We got it. So yeah, Jack, to answer your question, it is an 04. It's an 04 Denali. You want to go to the jail? Yeah, you want to go to the jail? Okay, we'll go to the jail. So we're going to go to the jail too. All the big guys use swale. That's got to mean that Frank uses the word swale. Frank, do you use the word swale? I've used slope, runoff, crown, but never swale. Yeah. Yes, sir. Picked about. Wow, that's awesome. Congrats, Haida. That's a big haul, buddy. Good for you. All right, I'm just going to put you guys down so we can take the trip over. So, do you guys have any questions about that flip? Because I'll give you the harder numbers, but basically, when we first looked at it, if you remember, it was $153,000 purchase price. Just for round numbers' sake, we said, you know what, ballpark-wise, we're going to be right around $67,000. You know, so that basically had us $220 into the entire house. So we're $220,000 into the entire house, with what we believed was going to be about $325. Well, during the process of going through this, I'm watching the market and I'm seeing the lower end pull up and I'm seeing the higher end pull down. So it's kind of creating a tighter median. But again, I'm seeing the higher end stuff really come down, but the lower end stuff keeps on coming up because there's still a bunch of entry level buyers. The key being, again, be 20% to 10 to 20% below the median home price, and you're going to have a pretty good shot at selling the asset. I mean, it works out pretty well. So that's kind of a cool thing. One of the things to consider is, again, we were $220,000 into it. And then, like I said, we had some overages. Now, we looked like we were going to have a surplus. So I don't like having a surplus when it comes to projects like that because there's always somewhere else that you can put some money into it. So we wanted to put that money into it. So that's what we did. We put the money into it. So what that meant was we thought we were going to have a surplus. So we're like, yeah, let's do the bathroom. Then we encountered a couple of issues. We encountered a couple of issues with the plumbing. And so when we had them, hold on. When we had them in there looking at everything, we actually set everything up. What do you need? You'll be fine. So we had them set everything up. We spent an extra couple of grand on some more plumbing stuff, had them replace some of the stack and things like that. Unsexy stuff, but stuff that would absolutely become a problem if we tried to when we're trying to sell it. So again, looking at the rates, looking at the numbers, it made no sense to keep this thing and rent it out. It was going to maybe make, a couple of $100 a month, hard pass. Instead, I'm watching the market and I'm saying, hey, 225 actually feels pretty safe, or 325, excuse me, feels pretty safe. It might even be a bigger number. It might even be more like 339 can probably make this thing happen. So in going through that process, I said, yeah, geez, 339, I think we can actually do that. Call my broker. He does a CMA and he goes, I think, he's like, there's some stuff that's sold in the 340s. He goes, our rule, 1%. He goes, I think that we can, probably go on at 339. I think we'll be good. So we put it on for 339, which is $15,000 more than what we thought we were going to, or conservatively estimated we were going to. We put the thing on for the 339, and we end up getting a bunch of offers. We actually had 17 showings in the first, 3-4 days, something like that. So we have 17 showings in the first 3 or 4 days. We do our awesome thing like we always do, which is Thursday night. We post, and then we start going through the process. So we start going through that process, and we get all these different showings. Like I said, 17 in about 3 days. We end up getting 2 offers. 3 or 4 people talk about making another offer. But then we're like, what's the point? Like, we've got 2 offers. And we just told them, hey, listen, we've got 2, but we'll start taking backups, because we were really negotiating these 2 offers. We ended up getting a deal done at, we went under contract for $360,000. So, 360. I was not expecting that number. I thought, like I said, a 339, maybe a way upside of 350. We got all the way to 360. So, yeah. So we did pretty well. Some would say. Some would say I know what I'm doing here. But ended up at about 17 hours into the building. Just over 17 is how much time I put into it. Planning, emails, project management, buying product, coordinating contractors, everything all in. I was just about 17 hours, right around there. Yeah, we did create. Yeah, it was a nice bidding war. It went well. Jack Stewart, what's that I hear? It sounds like Matt is making monies with minimal work. Question is, enough monies that even Dion wanted to do it. No, so Dion made more. I made more money per hour on my flip. I did. I know, honey. I'll get you. So I made more money per hour on my flip. He will make more gross. However, he's having to live in his, and he didn't put debt on it yet, which I still think he should do. The medium price will be rising in that market. It's true. Jack Stewart, I was guessing less than 20, so it wasn't far off. Yeah, less than 20 hours. I crushed it less than 20 hours. I'm teasing. It was like, it was 17 and minutes. But I'm going to end this one. I'm going to start up another one because we want to do one for the jail. We want to make sure people don't have to watch both. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Maybe I'll see you in the next one. But we'll see you guys hopefully in the next one. We're at the jail. Talk soon.